So, the 2010 GT Power Series Ultrabox 2 continues with the controversy. Let's talk about it. Yo, Crazy Al Kane here, sugarcane.com. Bike of the day. I had to make a follow-up video from my latest Bike of the Day feature, Power Series Ultrabox 2. It got a lot of super negative comments and ratings. It definitely felt like somebody was hating and just being obnoxious on the site. I don't know if they had a problem with Mick or have a problem with GTs. I don't know what it was. It definitely was some fabricated hate for this bike. In the original video, I mentioned that I let the first couple slide. Gary gave it an overall of 0.3 out of 10. He said if he can leave all zeros, he would. What was GT thinking? What? Lowrider gave it a 0.74 overall, saying, sorry Mick, but this bike is awful. There is nothing cool about it. Guys on the museum are wrong. Wow. Brutal. Devious33 gave it a 0.63, saying terrible build, make me glad to ride an S&M. But since that time, more people have been coming in giving it the same type of ratings, 0.6, 0.3, 0.2, 0.01, different ratings like that. And they were leaving some really whack comments about the bike. I got a few DMs from people saying that somebody is using their name to rate the bikes. I guess they were using their email address and their name to make the ratings on the bikes, and they said that that wasn't their rating. After doing some more searching, somebody has been impersonating people from BMXMuseum and coming on this site and making false ratings. So if you don't already know, BMXMuseum is a site where people post their BMX bikes to buy and sell. There's a lot of vintage BMX bikes in there, some mid-school, old school, and some new school BMX bikes on there. They also have a forum. They sell t-shirts, all that good stuff. But people come up on here and they showcase their bikes, and you can see all kind of bikes for sale and listed on here on the site. Apparently somebody from the site, somebody who either was an admin or somebody who was just a person who was on the site, they came to sugarcane.com and they started hating on Mick's bike because Mick has this bike listed on BMXMuseum as well to showcase his bike on BMXMuseum, and I guess somebody came over here and started hating and was rating the bikes falsely. So I took all of the super negative ratings out. There was a bunch of them that was super low ratings, especially when it came to originality. This bike was ahead of its time. It was the first carbon BMX racing bike. It's definitely unique. When I saw that this bike was getting a rating with originality being so low, I knew somebody was playing games on the site. And they were doing too much of it, so I had to take all those ratings down. So with all that negativity cleared up, let's go back to see what the rating of the bike actually is. So currently, the actual overall color score is at 8.87, originality 8.68, parts 8.8, overall style 8.88, giving it a total overall score of an 8.81. There were 19 legit ratings made on this bike, and if you want to give this bike a rating, come back to sugarcane.com and rate this bike for Bike of the Year. We have this Bike of the Year competition going on, so definitely come back and do that. So we have a comment from the real T-Bird. He gave it a 9.24, saying cool seeing it being raced. Nice work, Mick. We got the OG Lowrider. Gave this bike a 9.98. Said always thought these were unique and cool. Better yet, this one is still being raced today. Nice job. And he's got 4 likes for that comment. Next up, we got Matt, who gave it an 8.06. Says love these frames. They are so nice to race but so misunderstood and were far ahead of their time. 10 years plus old, and they are as good as any carbon race bike built today. He got originality at 2.23, but most likely, I'm assuming, he must have got his numbers wrong and wound up messing up on his rating. But it is what it is. Or maybe he meant that. Maybe he meant that. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We also have counter to the trolls. So this is somebody who was trying to counter what the trolls were doing on this site. And he gave it all 10s, 10s across the board. He said, Mick is too cool to get this score dinged so bad by a troll. So that was the latest 4 legit ratings that we had on this bike. So let's go to the Bike of the Year chart and see where this bike actually sits on the Bike of the Year chart. All right, so let's see what happens. We're scrolling down right now, and this bike is right at the 14th spot. So it's at 14th place right now with the 8.81. It's just above the 2019 GT Speed Series that has an 8.74, and just below the Hydrogen Apex Pro XL, which has an 8.82. So that is the update on the GT Ultrabox 2. If you think this bike should be higher up on the chart, or if you think the bike should stay where it's at, or whatever the case may be, need you guys to come back, sugarcane.com, give this bike a rating, and all the bikes that are featured this year on Bike of the Day and give them a rating for the Bike of the Year chart, which I'm going to give a medal out to the top 3 bikes that are on this chart. So it's really up to you guys to make this happen, okay? It's not up to me. It's up to you to come back to the site and give it a rating, because we definitely want you guys to be active on the site. Helps the site grow, keeps things interesting, and it's something different for everybody to look forward to. Alright, so this is Crazy Al Kane, sugarcane.com, CACTV. Make sure you submit those bikes and those dirt jumpers to Bike of the Day. Alright, I'm out and back to you, Billy.